everyone, and welcome to this week's Spelling Splash. Now, this Spelling Splash is going to be slightly different to the ones that we started to do before Christmas, because this week we need your help. We need your help and your grown-ups' help, because we have been writing about the stinky cheese man in our literacy lessons. And there are some words that we are trying to spell from this story that we need some extra practice on. So instead of Trixie coming into our video today and trying to trick us with some of those words, we're going to have a look at some of the words from our Stinky Cheese Man story, and we're going to see if we can spell and practice them at home. Because next week, we're going to be needing to use these words in our writing, and it would be brilliant if you could have a practice. So let's share our screen and we can look at the words that we want to have an extra go at practicing so we can be brilliant writers next week. So we have been looking in our story that when the author was writing it, he wrote it in the past tense. So year one, we have been learning about the suffix ed, and we've looked at some words where we've got a root word, which means a real word all by itself, but then when we add a suffix on, ed, it changes the word to the past. Now, the tricky thing is, grown-ups, that sometimes when we sound out these words, the ed at the end sounds like a t. And some of our children are getting tricked out and they're forgetting that when we use the suffix ed, we can't think it sounds like a t at the end. So let's have a look at this one, for example. My root word is open. I open the door. But in our story of the Stinky Cheese Man, the little old lady opened the oven. And the Stinky Cheese Man hopped out. So, open plus ed makes opened. My turn, your turn. Opened. Opened. Well done. Now, I could hear that d at the end, but let's have a look at this next one. Now, the Stinky Cheese Man was so stinky that lots of animals and humans had to keep sniffing the air, didn't they? Now, this root word says sniff. But if we did it in the past tense, we add our ed on, and the root word changes to sniffed. Now, sometimes if I'm saying that quickly in the sentence, the cow sniffed, you can start to hear where we're getting confused. Sniffed. So it's not a t at the end, it is our cheeky ed. My turn, your turn, sniffed. Sniffed. Brilliant. So we've got opened, we've got sniffed, and now we're going to have a look at this extra cheeky one, because this word is hop, hop. But because we have got a vowel in the middle here, just before our last letter, we've got some special friends to add. So when we write hopped, we need to add a cheeky extra letter before our ed. Have a look at this. We need to have special friends, p, then our ed. And sometimes that's been tricking us out this week too. So we've got special friends, p, ed. My turn, your turn, hopped. And again, if I say it too quickly, hopped, you can hear that T at the end that we're getting a bit tricked out on. And then we've been looking at some words that have got some extra special friends in. And this word comes up all the time in our story because the Stinky Cheese Man wants everybody to ace him. And that A that you can see on our sound chart is the split one. It's the make a cake. So we can't forget our cheeky at the end. Another very, very cheeky word that we've got to be careful with spelling is our word s, t, I, nk, and then an E. And that's tricky because it's not E, what can I see? But if you have a look on my sound chart, it's a cheeky Y. So we've got to be extra careful with that spelling too. And there's one last one I want to show you before I set you off on some challenges. The last one, the stinky cheese man says, run, run as fast as you can. You can't catch me. I'm the stinky cheese man. And what is catching us out is we're sometimes forgetting that we can't hear. K, a, ch. So on our sound chart, it's an extra special friend because it is 3 letters that are making that one sound. So here comes your challenges for you to have a little go at so that next week when we use these words in our writing, you're going to be super brilliant at them. Now I've set 3 challenges. There's a green, there's a yellow, and there's a red. So for your green challenge, you can write the spellings below on a small piece of paper and hide them around the house. Then have a go at playing hide and seek and see every time you find one, can you write it on your whiteboard or on a piece of paper? So can you hide the word chase, stinky, and catch around your house? Now, if you want to go at the yellow challenge, we're going to try and make some spelling jigsaws. So can you use the spelling list below to make your own jigsaw? Write the root word on one piece of paper and the suffix ed on another. Then piece the jigsaw pieces together before having a go at spelling each word. So your root word is hop, and then you're going to add the suffix. Your root word is then open, and then you add our suffix. And then the root word is sniff, and then you would add the suffix. But if you want a go at trying to sneak as many of these spellings into a sentence as possible, then why not have a go at the red challenge? Can you write a sentence containing some of the spellings below? And how many spellings can you sneak and build into one sentence? So you've got the spellings catch, stinky, chase, hopped, opened, and sniffed. Now, normally I would say that we're going to have a spelling test and that our spelling test would be for next Friday. But the main thing we want you guys to do this week is practice at home so we can see those spellings being spelt correctly in our writing next week. So there's no spelling test, but we will see how amazing you are at spelling when you have a go at them next week in our literacy lessons. So we'll be back to normal in our next Spelling Splash video where we'll get Trixie back and we will try and do some of her tricky words. But for now, see how many spellings you can do from our Stinky Cheese Man story, and we can't wait to use them in our own work next week. Thank you for watching, everybody. Take care, and I'll see you soon.